So this is a wall panel, and that's where we're going to start. And you can see the bottom of the panel, the plywood runs by the framing, and that is going to allow me to connect directly to the floor joist. It saves me having to put any other connectors, metal connectors in there. So on these panels there's a left and a right hand that I'll demonstrate. So this is one corner, the plywood does not run by. Here's another panel, the plywood does run by. So I'm going to film assembling this first corner section, and then I'll have to do it 3 more times. So here we have a panel. You can see the plywood runs by the framing. And I'm going to put a stop at the end of the flooring, on the end of this joist. And that is so when I put the panel in place, it can butt up against there and I'll locate it because I'm working alone. And not a necessity, but it kind of helps. Now, I don't recommend doing these alone at all. It's much better to have 2 people. But I've been putting them together by all of them by myself, and I've just gotten used to doing it. But it keeps me up now that I'm getting older. I'll admit it. And you can just walk the panels around if you don't want to deadlift them. They're pretty durable. I beat them up all the time just to test everything in my design. Okay, so that pretty much locates the panel. I think you can see there. Be right with you. So I put 1 screw in on that opposite side. And what's cool is it'll support itself once you get a couple screws in. I don't recommend it. You should have someone holding it. And if the wind came up, that'd definitely be a problem. In the past, I've driven T-posts behind it so I had something to lean on, but I found it wasn't really necessary. Now we take that off. So this is our next panel. And I don't know if you can see, but we have the plywood running by, so it'll connect right there. Normally I'll put a minimum of 5 screws into the contact points of the plywood and the framing, and I've used a lot of these 1 5/8" decking screws, exterior decking screws. And I like star drive, but Phillips, that works too. through the forest, things don't feel too good. You stop, you hear knocking of the wood, knocking of the wood, knocking of the wood, knocking of the wood. Better learn the signals, another's neighborhood. You're walking through the forest, you stop, you hear knocking of the wood, knocking of the wood, knocking of the wood, knocking of the wood. Knocks is there silent, you're praying and you should. Terror overtakes you at the knocking of the wood, knocking of the wood, knocking of the wood, knocking of the wood. Leave a different person, forget it if you could. Never want to hear again the knocking of the wood, 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 knocking of the wood. Well, that's it. I think I've done a pretty good job of showing how the walls go together. There's variations in that. This could be nailed with every 6 inches if necessary. This could also be made out of 3/8 inch plywood or out of regular siding. The doors and windows, the gable ends, I consider that a separate part of it because it's not really structurally necessary to support the roof. And once you have this structure up, then you can actually get creative with whatever you want to put in there as far as doors and windows or whatever you can come across or whatever you want to buy. So anyway, next I'm going to show you how to put the roof together.